How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Getting ready for game 2 this evening of the Battle of the Bishops. First one was an exciting one, won by a last-second three by Kayla Kavi. Rumor has it she may be heading our direction, and if she does make it to the microphone here, we will stop what we're talking about and spend a little time talking to Kayla. But in the meantime, the guys are on the floor, Bob, and I think this game's going to be just as exciting as the first one.
It should be a very good ball game, Kenny. The only thing that worries me is Dwenger always has trouble with size, and Luers has definitely got the size this year. Bishop Luers is averaging 67 points a game, where Dwenger's only averaging 53. So that's a little concern, but Dwenger will slow the ball down. Luers has given up 65, and Dwenger's only given up 52. So Luers is going to score. They're going to want to go up and down, and with the two guards of J.J. Foster and Ray Walker, Luers really wants to get up and down and I think play up tempo. Dwenger's going to slow the ball down, pass the ball around. They've had trouble in the past getting in any kind of inside game, so I think they're going to work that ball around and try to get a good shot.
Yeah, Bishop Luers Knights are coming off a couple of losses. One to Carroll at 66-61, and then Fort Wayne Blackhawk got them in overtime, 69-67. So this is the night they want to right the ship and get things going. They're only about halfway through their schedule, 4-5 on the season.
And Carroll's undefeated in the city, so to lose to Carroll's no disgrace. And then the way it sounded in the paper, Luers really gave Carroll a game. So Luers can give Carroll a good ball game. Dwenger could be in trouble tonight here.
And on the other side of the fence, the Bishop Dwenger Saints, maybe they're starting to catch fire like they did the last 2 years. They're 6-7 on the season. And remember, they only had 5 wins going into the tournament halfway through the season last year. Now they got 6. And they've won their last 2 ball games, albeit against competitions probably not as good as some of the competition you see in the SAC. But they beat Wayne 56-41. Pretty significant margin. That's a 15-point win. And then they beat the Belmont Braves 81-45. So the Bishop Dwenger Saints' confidence has to be coming back and has to be sky high right now. And Matt Kostoff, he's been around 17 years. He can read his kids and he can get them to go when they need to go. He's 210 wins on the docket, so he knows how to teach kids how to close games and stuff. And there's a big crowd around Kayla down there, and we'll get her eventually here. We may end up having to talk to her at halftime of the boys game, and that's okay if that's all it works out. So J.J. Foster's crew. J.J. has been at 3 years here. 25-28 is his record overall, and Matt Kostoff, 17 years guiding the Bishop Dwenger Saints at 210 wins and 159 losses. 3 minutes on the clock here, so we will start dialing ourselves into the PA announcer and get this ball game started as soon as they get the starting lineups announced, and I'm sure they'll have the national anthem here.
And they stopped the clock, Kenny, so that'll help us for a little while. Our crack photographer's trying to get Kayla Kavi over here.
Well, the best thing that's happened right at the minute is stretch time, because we can talk right through the school songs if you like, Bob, not a problem.
If you can.
Maybe we'll get things dialed up here. Turn a few knobs, and we have a young lady here who probably in a pretty good mood, I would think.
I can't really hear.
You can't really hear?
No.
Well, let's see if we can get that. How's that? Is that any better?
A little bit.
How's that?
Oh, that's better.
Hello.
Yeah.
Got to dial them all up. That one headset's a little bit ornery, so I think that's with one ear only working.
Yeah.
So, how big can that smile be? I don't think your face might break if it gets any bigger. Fantastic shot on top of the key, and you drained it. First time you've been rushed like that by your teammate?
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm still in that moment. It was so exciting. It kind of threw back to the Northrop game, and we were all surrounding Emma, so it felt good to have that team unity around me, and it felt good to beat Dwenger, of course.
Were you surprised at how nobody came out to get you?
Not really. Coach Pixley drew up the play. He knew they were going to jump Emma when I came up and set the screen, so Emma just had a phenomenal pass. Honestly, I don't really know how she got me the ball. They were double teaming so hard, but that was the plan, and luckily it worked out for us.
Well, it was interesting, and I know you probably thought of it now. Out of your 6 baskets, 5 of them are threes.
Were they really? Wow. Well, that's good to hear.
Well, that's good. She's not.
You can go home and tell your parents, go, hey, guess what? I'm the new 3-point shooter.
Oh, yeah.
But you hit we said, watching you for 4 years, and I know Dwenger's trying to play good defense, but giving you that shot at the top of the key, there was no pressure. I mean, you know what I mean.
A little pressure.
From the idea of the defensive pressure, and
Yeah.
you just stepped into it, and it was like you were in the gym practicing, and that's why I think you made it.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, the nice thing about a shot like that, too, Bob, it's 61-61 when she lets it go. If you miss, you probably got a tie ball game.
Well, and the other thing is, the big reason why we're talking to her is because we talked to her last week. So she's got this thing of she keeps hogging now 2 weeks in a row. So your sister and Emma and everyone else is going to get mad at you because you're getting interviewed every week because you're playing so
You're
well.
my good luck charm. I got to keep doing it.
Tell them they can go out and jack up a 3 once in a while and win a ball game.
Now, I know you can't give away all the secrets, but they went to your sister right away. Was that an idea? Because she seemed to do a lot of damage inside. Were they sort of concentrating maybe more on you guys outside, and your sister was wide open inside, as was Taylor Bradley?
Yeah, I think they were really focusing on shutting me and Emma down, so that, of course, opened up the should I keep going? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to give her kudos.
I'm dying to ask you, we've watched you for 4 years. You're such a good outside 3-point shooter. You can get them from the corner or the top of the key. I always thought you looked more comfortable from the corner. Do you have a preference?
Yeah, I for sure prefer the corner. Usually in practice we work on Emma driving, and if they crash on her, then I'm just out there relocating, trying to get the shot. So that's where I practice the most. So that's where I'm most comfortable.
But you sure look confident from outside here.
And that's an interesting answer because most people don't like the corner because of the depth, especially when you go from gym to gym, the background stage. Yeah, everybody that I've talked to.
The way you and Emma shoot, it won't make any difference when you guys are on.
Yeah.
Well, listen, talking to Kayla Kavi, she drained the game-winning 3 with 9 seconds to go, and we're going to have to let you go pretty quick. You want to say hi to anybody while you got to shoot?
I'd like to say hello to my grandparents in Arizona. Hopefully they're listening, but
we hope so.
Yeah.
They probably got off the floor after you made that 3-pointer.
Hopefully they're all right.
Well, great. Kayla, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it.
And we hope we keep continuing this once the
As do
sectionals come out.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And keep it up.
Kayla Kavi makes the game winner with 9 seconds to go. Brings the 3 from the top of the key. And she's going to get into it, too. And her grandparents hopefully were listening in. So the boys got about 1:43 on the clock, warm-up time, and we'll get the starting lineup and stuff. And everybody's in place like it should be, I believe.
It's going to be very interesting, Kenny, because, again, the lineup that Luers has been going with, they have size. Jason Davis, 6'4", Sidney Curry, 6'7", J.J. Foster and Ray Walker at the guard spots are two of the quickest guards in the entire area. And then you throw in Jordan Banks at 6'5". He's a load for anybody. And why I'm bringing this up, Dwenger's got a nice little ball club, but little is the problem, I think. Sam Royal at 6'1". Campbell Donovan's a heck of a ball player with Conlon Martin, but they're both only 6 foot. And they're going to need something out of David O'Daniel. He's 6'8", and he's got to play like he's 6'8" tonight. So Dwenger is going to have their work cut out for them. I think they're going to try to slow the ball down. They don't want to get in the running game with Bishop Luers because J.J. Foster and Ray Walker can run with anybody in the entire state. Luers has got the size. They're going to try to pound it inside. Dwenger's going to have to try to stay out of foul trouble, and rebounding could be a problem for Dwenger, too.
As I look down the roster for the Bishop Dwenger Saints, they have added a 6'4" junior from the JV team, Luther Hall. And you're right, the bigs, they got the bigs, but the bigs need to play more aggressive and firmly. The Bishop Luers Knights don't mind banging inside.
And if any of the size that Dwenger has cannot afford to get into foul trouble because they don't have size to begin with, and if those gentlemen get into foul trouble, it could be a long night for Dwenger. But you know, this is Bishop Dwenger, Bishop Luers. You throw statistics out. This is just going to be a heck of a ball game. You know the effort from Coach Matt Kostoff's team will be there. Dwenger's just got to play smart. They got to handle the ball, cut down the turnovers. The last game we did against New Haven, turnovers killed Dwenger. They can't do that tonight.
Yeah, New Haven's a pretty quick little ball club, having a nice season on their own, kind of flying under the radar. And Bishop Luers Knights are built in the same mode with the quickness and rebounding. So it's going to be an interesting ball game, and they are now introducing the starting lineup. Sam Royal is going to be the first starter heading toward the floor. And Kahneman, yeah, combining his names. Campbell Donovan, their second starter. The third starter, Almon Clark. So they're going to go with
and he's only 5'8".
They're going to look to go quick. And I think David O'Daniel is one of the starters. I missed the fifth one. We'll get that when they fill the floor up. And for the Bishop Luers Knights, we're going through the entire roster.
Kenny, the two, David O'Daniel, you're definitely right, 6'8" senior. And Austin Burns, the last time we watched the New Haven game, he seemed to come off the bench, give him a spark, a lot of enthusiasm. So Austin Burns looks like he's worked his way back into the starting lineup. So again, Dwenger, O'Daniel at 6'8", Burns at 6'1", Clark at 5'8", Campbell Donovan at 6 foot, and Sam Royal at 6'1". What it amounts to is 3 guards, and Austin Burns. You really have 4 guards out there. So Dwenger's really at a height disadvantage.
Starting lineup for the Bishop Luers Knights. Jason Davis, who had a really nice game last time we were here. He's a 6'4" front line player. Sidney Curry, and they're going to have a pregame prayer, so we will take a break.
Father Bill Sullivan was a graduate from Bishop Luers, and I used to watch him play basketball here, Kenny. Now he's a very good, respected priest in Fort Wayne.
Heavenly Father, we rejoice in the life that is among us today, mindful that many of our brothers and sisters stood before our country in the defense of life. How we long for all who are conceived to be welcomed into this world. We ask you to bless those who are competing tonight. We thank you for those who are nurturing their lives in families, in churches, and at school. And may all that is said and done be to your praise and glory. We ask always through Christ our Lord.
The starting lineup for the Bishop Luers Knights. Jason Davis, 6'4" forward, who had a nice game last time we were here. Sidney Curry, talked to him, got a little ice on the knees, but he said that's because I'm growing too fast.
And he's 6'7". That'll be a problem for Dwenger.
Ray Walker, J.J. Foster, and Jordan Banks round out the lineup starters for the Bishop Luers Knights.
And Jordan Banks, inside, outside, very strong, athletic, all-city in football, 6'5", loves to shoot the 3. Again, Dwenger's got to watch turnovers, rebound. Luers wants to get up and down the floor and pound the ball inside and use their height, I would think, because they have such a size advantage tonight.
And starting lineup, Mark Corson on the floor, who jumps with Curry. Curry tips it to Davis, and then Bishop Luers Knights have the first possession of the evening.
Man-to-man for Bishop Luers, or for Bishop Dwenger right now.
Ray Walker with the basketball left side, gets to Curry. Curry quickly double teamed, and he's fouled as he started to bull his way toward the iron.
O'Daniel's going to have a tough time all night with Curry. Mark Corson, I thought it was O'Daniel, my fault.
Yeah, it's okay. I thought I had it the same way, Bob. So the first foul of the ball game goes against Corson. They get it long inbound pass to Banks. They get it around to J.J. Foster. Foster flips it out to Walker. Walker back to Foster.
Now they're in a zone.
And Clark quickly picks him up. They throw it over the top of Davis. It was a lazy pass into Banks. Banks turns, puts it up and in.
For a big guy, Jordan Banks has got a great touch, and he can kill you from 15, 20 feet.
That was a nice right mid-post bucket. Full court press. Saints still haven't got it over the timeline. They better hustle finally. They get it over the timeline to Corson. Corson finds Royal to Clark. Clark out the top of the key. In between the circles, actually back up a little bit. Started by Davis, and looks like a 1-3-1 to me, Bob. How do you
Yes, I think so. And Dwenger's going to be very patient. And they've already called a foul on that might be 2 on Corson. I don't even know what he did there.
I would say it
Wow.
is.
We haven't played a minute. Mark Corson starting for Bishop Dwenger's got 2 fouls, and that's really going to hurt him.
Here comes David O'Daniel right off the bench. So the Corson experiment goes awry early. And the Knights have the basketball. They're indeed greeted by full court pressure. Throw it over the top to Banks. Banks long cross court pass to Foster. Foster gets his feet underneath him. Count to 3.
They lost J.J. Foster. J.J. Foster, there's not a 3 he doesn't like. He'll crank that up every time. You got to guard him.
Royal with the basketball, having trouble getting it over the timeline. Got it to O'Daniel. O'Daniel fires the ball to Clark. Clark going to drive to the baseline. Flips the pass out to the outside around the top of the key. Royal's going to drive to the right side and slip. Hang on to the basketball. Gets to Clark. Resets the offense. Donovan calling for it on the left side. Decides to go to the right side to Royal. Back to Clark. Donovan has it. Throws it down to the baseline to O'Daniel. O'Daniel fakes a pass to Curry, guarding him. But Curry's going to get called.
Boy, are they calling him close, Kenny.
Yes, they certainly are. 6:22 here. First quarter action of the second game of the night. 5-0. The Bishop Luers Knights up early. Royal going to trigger the basketball in. Bounce pass into O'Daniel. O'Daniel finds Clark. Clark sees a driving lane, drives in, decides to kick it out. 3 on the way from Royal. No good. Banks and Walker bash into each other, but Banks kind of wins that one. And you can see the bodies. You can understand why. They quickly get it into Curry. He mans in, puts it up and in. Out of the baseline position, he just leaned backwards. And O'Daniel gave him the room, and he put it up and in. 7-0 the score. Royal with the basketball. He gives it over to O'Daniel. He's going to get double teamed quick. Got it over to Clark. Thankfully, O'Daniel's nice and tall. Clark double team. Finds O'Daniel. Then he's going to drive into the lane, put it up and in.
That's what they need from David O'Daniel. He's got to be aggressive on both ends tonight.
First bucket of the game for the Saints. 7-2 your score. And full court pressure all the way down.
How in the heck did they lose to Sidney Curry? That's not good defense at all.
Nice pass from Walker. Half-court pass. Curry had the easy dunk. 9-2 your score. The Knights up early.
Not the start Coach Kostoff wanted in this rivalry.
Royal gets it to Clark. Clark just got to go through Curry. And he does. Overshoots it. Rebound J.J. Foster, and he's hammered. And we'll see if that's on Burns or O'Daniel.
And that's 3 fouls already on Dwenger, and we haven't even played 3 minutes.
I think we're going to call that on Austin Burns, his first of the ball game. And Bob is right. It is 3 on Bishop Dwenger. 5:16 on the clock. First period action. 9-2. Luers up by 7.
Sam Royal's trying to guard Curry, and Sam Royal's only 6'1". That's the mismatch on defense and the size disadvantage Dwenger's going to be at all night.
Walker tries to thread the needle to Banks, and it goes out of bounds. So a turnover. Ball will go to the way of the Saints. 5 minutes even. Early first period. And the Saints, again, greeted by the full court press. Bounce pass into Burns. He gets it to Donovan.
Nice pass.
Bounce pass to Burns, and Burns loses the handle on it, and it almost hits the bass drum of the band. Our videographer, Eric, over there kind of saved the drum. Stuck his foot out there and stopped the basketball. Thought he'd give him a popsicle for that or something. over the timeline. J.J. Foster, right side, guarded by Donovan. Donovan gets close to him because he picked up his dribble. He finally gets it to the right low post to Banks. Banks tries to find Curry on the other side. Curry's double teamed.
Good defense by Dwenger.
Quickly up the floor come the Saints. Royal with the basketball to Burns. Back to Royal. Royal fakes a three with a head fake. Gets inside the lane. Backs up a little fade away, and he faded too much. Burns with an offensive rebound.
Nice
Curry.
block
Curry
by...
and he should have blocked it because he got out-hustled for the rebound there. He had to make up for that, and he looks at Coach Foster. You're okay. Things happen like that. You got to be.
Dwenger gets the rebound. They got to go right now to the basket because of the size Luers has got. They got to be quick to the basket.
Clark with a rock trying to trigger it in. Nobody's really open. He's going to run out of time. He finally throws it deep.
Nice steal by J.J. Foster.
J.J. Foster. He should just put it up and in. Easy layup by J.J.
Again, 5 points for Foster. 11-2 start for J.J. Foster, and Dwenger is rattled right now.
Clark to Donovan to Royal. Royal going to drive the baseline. Bounce pass back outside to Burns. Burns dribbles in. Decides not to do anything with it. They sling it around. It's Amon Clark, guarded by J.J. Foster. Clark going to bring it back out in between the circles. Flings it to the right side to Donovan. Donovan finds O'Daniel on the inside. O'Daniel loses the handle on it. Foster slapped it away. O'Daniel gets
another
back.
turnover.
Foster
Too quick a hands for Foster.
And J.J. no look pass to Davis. Davis three on the way. High arching shot off the back of the iron. No good. O'Daniel pulls the rebound out of the sky. Hands it over to Clark. Clark tries to out-hustle Davis. The defense is back, so he's going to pull everything back and reset. Campbell Donovan with her out. Flips it back over to Amon Clark. And Clark takes his mouthpiece out, puts it back in. I guess we can go now. Burns kicks to the left side. Three on the way from Royal. No good. The rebound pulled down by Banks. He lost his balance. Threw it off the legs of the Saints player and saved the possession. So good basketball thinking there by the big number 35, 6'5", Jordan Banks.
Dwenger's getting a lot of shots from the outside. They're getting out-rebounded. They're only getting one shot, so Dwenger's really got to start playing on both ends here.
J.J. Foster kicks it to Walker. Walker throws a three up. Could have been a four as far as he threw it. Banks with the rebound, put it back up and in. Excuse me, Sidney Curry with the rebound on the weak side. 13-2, and Coach Kostoff said, wow, that's plenty. I've seen enough. So let's catch up on a couple spots. If you can hear this game, it's thanks to our communication sponsor, Dr. John and Mrs. Mary Briscoe and the Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their generous financial support helps make this Redeemer Radio Sports broadcast possible. Need emergency dental care? Call Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950. That's 260-486-9950.
Kenny, I know we mentioned that size disadvantage, and size isn't everything, but Dwenger is really struggling. They got one basket. We played almost 5 minutes. Sidney Curry has 6. Foster has 5. Banks has 2. Dwenger's had 3 turnovers, which isn't too bad for them, but they're not rebounding. They're having trouble stopping anything of Bishop Luers inside. Luers is doing anything they want on offense and defense. Dwenger's really got to suck it up and start playing a lot better on both ends.
Dwenger triggers the basketball in. Campbell Donovan throws it to the timeline to Royal. They flip it in the middle. Clark drives, helps pull it back out because the size just says you're not getting in here. Out to Donovan, into O'Daniel.
Nice move by O'Daniel.
Up and under, and he flipped it up too hard. Slapped out of bounds by O'Daniel. He got everybody up in the air, up and under, put the right hand up there, and just had too much mustard on.
When you're down 13-2, you got to make those.
Yeah, that's got to be a frustrating play. But the Knights have the basketball on the other end of the floor, looking for Walker. Nope. Banks, 17-footer, right side, counted.
We have said all year, this kid's a heck of a shooter from 15, 20 feet, and he proved it again.
And the Saints broke the press and threw it over the top and threw it into the crowd. Jordan Banks, before the games early today, was making three-pointers from about 12, 15 feet outside the arc and made a few from half court. We were watching him having a little fun with him earlier in the day. So he can shoot. 15-2 your score. Ray Walker with the basketball, right wing, guarded by Clark. Flips it over to Foster. Foster picked up by Donovan. Now the switch. Royal on Foster. Foster hands it off over to Cook, who checked in the lineup when I wasn't looking.
He's a good three-point shooter. They got to watch Blaine Cook.
And J.J. Foster gets it inside to Banks. Banks loses it. Clark with the basketball. He's got one guy to beat. And Ray Walker.
Another turnover.
His pocket
That's
clean.
5.
A whistle from the backside. Hands it off to Cook. Cook, 3 on the way. No good. Rebound O'Daniel, using his body well that time. Got in front of Curry and took the ball right out of the sky. They get it to corner to Royal. Royal throws up a three. Whoops, missed everything. Curry with a rebound. He gets it forward to Cook. Cook says there's too many blue jerseys here. I better not do anything with it. Well, he does do something with it. He dribbles it out of bounds. So I saw too many people, heard too many footsteps. Turnover. Luers Saints basketball.
Again, 15 to 2. Dwenger's got to just suck it up here, Kenny. They're struggling on offense. They're a good club. They got to at least try to go inside because they're not hitting anything from the outside. They got to at least try to get something inside. And, then the outside game will definitely open up.
Royal with the basketball gets it forward to Ryan Berghoff, who checked into the lineup. Nice bullet pass to Clark. Clark flicks it over to the right side to McKenna. McKenna over to Clark. Clark swings it to the left of Royal. Back to Clark. Clark fakes a three. Traveling the ball.
The bugaboo all year has been turnovers. 6 turnovers for Bishop Dwenger. 1 basket in almost 7 minutes, and that's why they're down 15 to 2.
J.J. Foster going to bring the basketball over the timeline. Cook's going to go floating off to the right. Solid pick set by.
Must have been too solid, I guess.
Way too solid. As Tyler Prince went out to set a pick, and he never did stop moving his feet. Big guy, probably. He looks like another offensive lineman out there. You get him and Banks out there, and nobody's going to get past him.
Again, Dwenger's playing with 3 little guards, so they're going to have to move that ball. Good, crisp passing.
3 on the way, no good. Rebound, almost swapped for him. Flips out of bounds. Ryan Berghoff is in the middle of a bunch of Luers Knights, and I think he is, nope, they're going to say the Saints going to retain possession. Davis and Banks back in. Basketball triggered deep.
Dwenger needs somebody to give him a spark right now, Kenny.
And I'm on Clark. Almost did. He got inside, put it up, and rolled off the rim. And a foul on the play. And it may get him to the free throw line, which just get that 2 off the board might be a nice thing to see for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. We got 47.4 on the clock and a miserable offensive output by the Bishop Dwenger Saints so far.
Armand Clark, if you watched him in football, he's as quick a back as you're going to see at 5'8". He used his quickness there. Now he's got to make the free throws. Dwenger's just, they want to throw, they want to forget about this quarter, and I think Coach Kostoff can't wait to get to the second quarter because it can't get any worse right now. They're just not ready to play or the defense or something. They're just completely out of sync.
First free throw is missed. Second free throw goes in. 15-3 your score. 47 seconds to go before the end of the first quarter. Walker comes over the timeline. Flips it over to the left side to Foster. 5 count is on as Foster is dribbling around. They're going to back it up. Martin trying to get him to get rid of it. He finally does. He gets to Curry. Curry turns around with a 12-footer. Shot up, and he is fouled on a play by Ryan Berghoff. Berghoff 6'4". He matches up height-wise fairly well. But Curry's just such a bigger, stronger body. That's going to be a tough matchup if they stay one-on-one there.
Kenny, I got an interesting score for my son at halftime. A big ball game tonight. Northside 26, Homestead 25. Homestead is undefeated in the city with Carroll. So Homestead and Northside 26-25 Redskins at the half. That should be a heck of a game. Curry
rattles home the first of 2. Second one on the way. It's also good.
He has 8 points.
A 32.4 on the clock. So a 14-point lead enjoyed by the Bishop Luers Knights. 14 is really not that big of a lead with 3-point shooters and such, but it sounds bad. Only scoring 3. A 3 on the way. Does everything.
That's been their night so far. Everything's in but out.
McKenna had it all the way down to the bottom of the net. I think it popped back out. Rebounded by the Knights. And they're going to hold for the last shot. 15-14. JJ standing inside the center circle, dribbling in between his legs, burning up time. 9, 8, 7. He takes off. Jackson.
You cannot let him shoot that 3. He's a good shooter.
Put it up. No good. And 1.5. It's good if it goes from half court, and it is not. 17-3 your score at the end of 1. Let's take a 1-minute break. We're listening to 106.3 FM, WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Are you looking for an orthopedic specialist? Ortho Northeast has been serving the community for over 50 years with offices in 3 convenient locations. Look for the location nearest you. Dr. John Pritchard is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon with 20 years of experience with OME and can assist you with the best treatment plan for your knee or shoulder pain. Dr. John Pritchard is looking forward to meeting you and helping with all orthopedic needs. Call Dr. Pritchard at 260-484-8551 or visit the web at www.orthone.com.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire and Auto Repair, a family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire, North Clinton or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
Our first quarter sponsor is Eisman Property Management. They're a local company that offers owner services for residential properties, from a single home to large complexes. If you're a property owner needing full-time maintenance staff to care for your property, or you just need to find a rental home, Eisman Property Management is here to help. Contact Eisman Property Management on the web at 456rent.com or call 456-RENT. That's 456-7368.
Royal with the basketball, gets it to McKenna. McKenna fakes left, goes right, gets it to Clark. Clark drives inside the lane, puts it up, and he is fouled. Banks was late on the help side defense. He got around Curry with his speed that time. So
the smallest guy on the floor, Kenny's the most aggressive right now for Bishop Dwenger. Armand Clark at 5'8". This will be the third and fourth time he's been to the foul line.
And the first free throw is on the way, and hard off the back of the iron. And that's one of those shots you just go arg at. McKenna down, and who stepped in? Campbell Donovan back in the lineup for the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
Dwenger's averaging 53 points a game, but they're sure not going to get there tonight the way they're playing, but there's plenty of time in this game.
Second free throw, exactly the same. Jordan Banks yanks it out of the sky, hands it off to J.J. Foster, and we go the other way. Over the timeline, Martin picked up on the defense and sling it around, and I think Walker got it. Yep, he drives. Boy, is he quick. Wow, he got by 2 defenders and ended up with an easy left-handed layup.
The quickest guarders you're going to see in the area.
And he just about got the steal as Alan Martin hustled down the floor, and Walker just, I'm impressed with Walker, and I don't remember seeing him at Norfolk last year. Boy, I'm glad he's over here because he's fun to watch.
He was a starter for him, Kenny, but they had other players that sort of got more of the press, but he's just a solid player.
Clark drives, dishes, Martin 3 on the way. No good, hard off the back of the iron.
Dwenger can't throw the ball in the ocean right now.
Picks up a long rebound, flips it over to Banks. Banks fakes the 3, flips it over to Walker. Walker guarded by Clark. Walker didn't get past Clark that time, and he turns it over. Royal with the basketball. Nice bounce pass forward, up and in.
Nice move. Nice move.
Excellent bounce pass to Donovan. Donovan put it up with the right hand, used his body to shield the basketball, and going to be a potential 3-point play.
He protected the ball very well, and Campbell Donovan's going to be a heck of a ball player by the time he's done here at Dwenger. Getting his feet wet as a junior here.
Missed the free throw, so it remains 19-5. Foul is called against Jason Davis. His first of the ball game. Curry, 3, count it. The crowd loves that.
11 points for Sidney Curry, and again, Dwenger does have an answer for Sidney Curry, and he's killing him by himself.
Alon Clark going to drive the baseline. He got around Davis, put it up, no good. Curry tries to get the rebound, loses it, and Banks picks up the loose ball. Gets to Foster. Foster picked up on the defensive side by Clark, and he's decided to get out there and get in his chest a little bit, keep him honest. He gets picked off by Banks, no switch. Banks is wide open. They decide not to give it, so they throw it down to Curry on the inside. Curry spins to the left. Defense stood on their heels.
This might be the coming out party for Curry because there's nobody that can match up with Sidney Curry on the Dwenger side right now.
Royal fires it, smash one to Donovan.
Oh, nice move.
Up in the end, count it. Campbell Donovan got Curry way up in the air. Didn't jump into him, just jumped around him. 24-7 your score. Foster jacks up a 3 from downtown, put it up and in.
Looks like this is Bishop Luers' night, Kenny. 27-7, everything they touch is gold right now.
Campbell Donovan gets it forward to Martin. Martin drives the baseline, puts it up and in. He did a nice job using his body, used the left hand, blocked everything out with his body, but they're going to have a lot more of that and a lot of defense. Foster drives, puts it up. He's fouled on the way in. Colin Martin's going to be guilty of that personal foul. 27-9 is your score. 5:31 here, second quarter action.
Bishop Dwenger had 3 points in that first quarter, and they already have 6 now. So Coach Kostoff called a timeout. He wants to try to get his strategy over to the kids right now, but they really got to start playing a little better.
We need to take a 1-minute break. You're listening to 106.3 FM WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Whether you fly a plane through the clouds or bake cookies with your kids, we want to give you more time to do what you love. Hi, this is Lisa Stauffer from First Federal Bank. Our checking accounts with online and mobile banking options let you do just that. Whether you're in the air or on the ground, ask us how you can get up to $150 when you open a new checking account and take advantage of these banking options. First Federal Bank, better together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Matthew F. Hatfield, a health insurance specialist for those aged 65 and older, and for those under age 65 receiving Social Security disability. Matt provides Medicare supplement plans, Medicare Part D prescription drug plans, Medicare Advantage plans, dental, vision, and hearing aid insurance plans, and long-term care insurance plans. For taking good care during the best years of your life, call Matthew F. Hatfield at 484-6606.
Radio has one travel sponsor, and that's H&L Electric, specializing in commercial electric needs for the business community. H&L Electric can handle the smallest to the largest projects for your business. Call Pete Henry at 260-357-0123. That's 260-357-0123. Tell him Bob Burrs.
J.J. Foster has 3 baskets. 2 of them are threes. He has 8 points. Now he has 9 points. 1 out of 1 from the foul line.
Makes the score 28-9. You think it'll help if they say Bob Burrs told me to call? Can't hurt. Second free throw's on the way.
You tell Pete that, he'll probably charge him double.
Well, I doubt that very much. 29-9. It's a 20-point spread again. The Saints break the press nicely this time, but Donovan, if he stops and pops, he's got to look, and he does. O'Daniel on the left side.
Dwenger finally starting to try to push the ball up here a little.
Walker thinks about the three. O'Daniel charged at him, and that's a 1.5 difference in bodies, it looks like, out there. So he slings it over to Foster. Foster gets on the inside. He's pushed.
Boy, they're calling him close here tonight. That's not
probably Colin Martin, I think.
I think that's going to slow this game down because the kids are playing pretty hard. I wish they'd let him play a little more.
We're going to be shooting some free throws soon because that's the 6th foul on the Saints. And Martin's 2nd foul of the ball game. Deep pass into Walker. Into the Banks, the right toe. Back to Walker, back to Banks. Banks fires it this time. Hard off the iron.
Jordan Banks a little too energetic on that rebound.
Yep, and he got into the back of O'Daniel. And he's called for the personal foul. So that's his first. And both teams have 6 fouls. So we're going to be shooting some free throws here. Quite a bit at the end of the first half. 5:03 to go.
Dwenger had 1 basket in that first quarter. They already have 4. They're taking the ball to the basket instead of standing around and shooting threes. So they're trying to get their offense being more aggressive, and that's helping them.
First time in a long time that the Knights didn't put the press on. Get the basketball in the corner. 3 on the way, rattles out. No good. The 3 was by Smithy. They get it to Walker. Walker over to Foster. Foster guarded by Martin. They're looking to get it to Curry. Curry guarded by O'Daniel. O'Daniel really bodies him up. Curry
There's another foul on O'Daniel. He's got to move his feet a little more.
And the outside referee called on O'Daniel. The inside referee stood right there and looked at it. So sometimes you wonder where they see it when they're 20 feet away as opposed to a guy 2 feet away.
Curry, 2 out of 2 from the foul line, 13 points. He had 8 of them in the first quarter.
29-11 your score. Martin down, Clark up. And Cook snuck into the lineup along with
Connor Neely. I don't know if I've seen him play much this year.
He was in for just a minute or 2 early in the mid-first quarter. So J.J. Foster going deep into the bench tonight. First free throw is good. Second one also good.
15 for Jordan, for Sidney Curry. He has 15, and Dwenger as a team has 11.
And it's a 20-point spread again. They finally get it over the timeline. The token pressure really wasn't that challenging. Donovan hands it off to Clark. Clark can try and drive on Foster. Didn't work that time, so he has to give it up, kicks it over to Donovan. Back to Clark. Clark finds Smithy in the corner. He's got to look. Cook's right there.
They got to move that ball quicker, don't they, Kenny?
Yeah.
They got to get that zone moving side to side.
Royal decided to shoot over the top of it and drains the three. That's the first three in a long time. I think maybe the first three of the ball game for the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
Sam Royal's a good outside three-point shooter, lead scorer for Dwenger.
Cook with the basketball, one dribble, takes a baseline jumper, count it.
You better guard him. We watched him all year, and he's a dead eye.
The 6'6" forward made about a 12-foot baseline jumper. Looked like it was the easiest shot all day for him. 33-14, your score. The Saints over the timeline. Royal, left side. Oh, ugly floater. Surprised that didn't get picked off. He'll swing it back around. Royal, this time he's going to drive, puts it up with the right hand.
That's goaltending.
That's a goaltending.
But I'll tell you, he's a lot of hops to Sidney Curry.
Yeah, he got up there and spotted that way away. Eric Pete just about got that one too. Our videographer was standing on the other end of the floor, taking the ball game in. 33-16 now your score, 3:27.
Dwenger scored 13 points this quarter. The first quarter's put him in a hole, but they're trying to fight out of it right now.
Ray Walker directing a little bit of traffic. Gets inside, kicks it out to Cook. Cook steps back a little bit, puts up a three, no good. Rebound pulled over there by Luers. Lost control of Clark. Runs into Foster.
They're going to call JJ, I think, on a reach in.
Yep, he was a step ahead of him, but didn't matter. Yep, it's a 7th team foul, so Clark is going to go to the free throw line. 4-1-1 with the clock stopped at 3:06. 33-16 your score. Banks back into the lineup for the Saints. Connor Neely's going to have a seat. So
Armand Clark 1 out of 4 from the foul line. But again, he's shown a lot of fight. He's driving to the basket, trying to make things happen.
Misses the front end of a 1-on-1. Rebound Ray Walker. Ray turns the corner, gets past a couple people with Clark, shadowed him and bumped him and got called for the foul. Got to about mid-court before they finally called it. He bumped him about 3 times.
Might be a frustrating foul, frustration from Armand Clark. He's 1 out of 5 from the foul line. Might be a little frustrated from missing free throws.
Banks down and Neely back into the lineup for the Bishop Luers Knights. Ray Walker.
He has 2 points, a lefty.
And now he's got 3, and that one goes in. 34-16 your score. 3:02 on the clock here, second period active from Bishop Luers High School. Battle of the Bishops, game number 2.
7 out of 7. Luers is 8 out of 8 from the foul line. They're just hitting everything they throw up right now.
No full court pressure this time. And they look like they're going to set up maybe a 1-3-1 zone or a 2-3 zone. They're definitely in a zone.
And Blaine Cook's out front.
Royal.
He's got a lot of size at 6'6".
Royal tried to shoot over the top. Didn't work. Rebounded Curry. A couple bodies hit the ground. Curry just reached over and grabbed the basketball. Foster drives inside. Ooh, collapsed on.
Oh, nice pass.
Cook covering the baseline. Threaded the needle right down the lane.
Blaine Cook never stopped. He kept moving. Always running, and the point guard found him on a beautiful pass.
Some of those zones will give up the baseline. That one did that time. Big time. Easy bucket. Clark over the top.
Nice pass. Nice
Royal.
pass from Donovan to Royal.
That 1-3-1 gave up that baseline.
Sam's got 7 points this quarter. Beautiful
Walker.
pass from Campbell Donovan.
Curry, 3 off the iron. Clark with a rebound. He's going to try and out-hustle somebody. Threads the needle O'Daniel. He dribbles once. They call it a travel. Well, he must have done a dance down there because, boy, that looked pretty good from here.
7 turnovers for Bishop Dwenger.
Neely down. Banks back up for the Knights. 1:59 on the clock. 37-18 your score. Bishop Luers Knights comfortably in front here during the first half.
Dwenger has picked up their scoring, Kenny. They got 15 this quarter. It's just that they had such a slow first quarter, put them in really harm's way right now.
Royal slapped the lazy pass out of bounds. Just about had an easy steal. The Knights retain possession. Walker with the basketball, drives inside, throws up a wild thing. He's fouled on the way in. It should be a 2-shot foul. And it could be Campbell Donovan. It could be Armand Clark guilty. Both guys were collapsing quickly.
I thought it was a foul.
Ray Walker guilty of the personal foul. They took it out of bounds. That's kind of curious. Walker must have set an illegal pick while we weren't looking. A non-shooting foul. So the Saints have the basketball. Clark in between the circles, just about threw it over Royal's head. But then he can jump. He gets inside the lane, puts up a floater, comes up short.
Nice hustle by Dwenger all of a sudden. Sam
grab.
Royal's starting to really play ball. He has got 9 points this quarter.
Royal picked up the garbage and put up an easy right-hand layup. So 37-20. Foster, 3 on the way. Woo, missed everything. And rebound comes out to Austin Burns.
Good box out by Austin Burns.
Gets it to Royal. Be a nice time to convert here and just get a little more confidence going in. 37-20 your score with exactly 1 minute on the clock. And fling it to the right side to Royal. Back to Clark. Left side over to Donovan. Back to Clark. Play a little pitch. Now Clark drives inside, stops, pops. And no
good hustle by O'Daniel.
Uses his height, spins to the left, puts it up.
Good hustle by David O'Daniel.
And he hit the floor at the same time. When he hit the floor, that's a 6'8" body. He's got a long way to travel. Lane Cook guilty of that personal foul. So the clock stopped 46.4, 37-20. The Saints got a chance to close the gap a little bit.
David O'Daniel, tallest player on the floor for Dwenger. They sure need him. He's 6'8". He's got 4 points. These are his first 2 foul shots, and Dwenger's got a lot of work to do, but they've had a nice quarter here. They've got 17 points here in the first quarter, or the second quarter, but they still find themselves down 17.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school and help yourself in the process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. Call Elevate at 844-230-6611 or visit them online at ndelevate.com to learn more. First free throw on the way, finds the mark. Bounces around, it does finally go in.
David O'Daniel, 5 points. He's got a lot of size, but sometimes that doesn't lead to scoring. And so he's doing a nice job on the boards, and he's got 5 points, so that's a plus for Bishop Dwenger right now. They need more from David O'Daniel.
Second one no good. Curry skies, pulls the rebound out, hands it over to Foster. 42 seconds to count, and Foster with no particular hurry to get it over the timeline. Picked up by Clark when he finally does. With a little bit of a head fake on him, didn't move anything, so he gets to the Banks. Back to Foster, 30 seconds on the clock. Crossover dribble, didn't lose Clark at all. Clark's quick.
He's very quick.
He's not going to get away with that much. Crossover dribble.
They call it another foul on Dwenger. Too much reaching by Bishop Dwenger. They're not moving their feet, and they're reaching too much.
Trying to get that cheap steal, and he needs the bucket the other way. That's Clark's second foul of the ball game, and 9 on the Saints, so it'll be a 1-on-1 for J.J. Foster.
JJ's 2 out of 2 from the foul line, 10 points. He had 5 in the first quarter and 5 in the second quarter.
And they finally get JJ the basketball after everybody decides where they want to be. Run into 1-on-1 up and good.
Still
38-21, Bob.
They have not missed a foul shot, Kenny. Very impressive right now. Bishop Luers is a good shooting team, and they're really making hay here at the foul line.
And the Redeemer Radio Jinx didn't work. He makes the second one. So 39-21, 18-point spread. Saints going to bring the basketball up to 17 seconds to go, and they need to hustle a little bit. Walker on the defensive side with Clark with the ball.
Walker and Clark is a good duo right there. That'll be a challenge for Armand Clark. Nice bounce from Campbell Donovan.
Got it inside to Burns, and Burns missed. The shot got underneath there and a little bit too deep, but he was fouled as the weak side defense comes sailing across. I think that foul's going to go up against Connor Neely. His first of the ball game. So his opposite number, Austin Burns, gets a couple of free throws out of it. First one's up and good.
Good shot by Austin Burns.
39-22 your score. Neely down, Banks back up. Couple of bodies changing position on the rebounding lane. McKenna going to check back in the lineup for the Saints.
Dwenger better get back because with Walker and Foster as quick as they can go coast to coast in an eyelash here.
Second one is missed. McKenna picks up the garbage and not enough time.
Got to know how much time's left.
39-22 is your halftime score. And let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with our halftime show. You're listening to Pregame Radio on 106.3 FM. WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne. Welcome home to your family will stay.
Redeemer Radio gladly thanks Dr. Mark Stoner, a St. Jude parishioner, for underwriting a portion of our programming. Dr. Mark Stoner offers comprehensive dentistry for every family member. Dr. Stoner is now accepting new patients at his new location, 9830 Auburn Road. For more information on services for all dental needs, Dr. Stoner can be found on the web at markstonerdds.com or reached by phone at 260-484-4181.
This is Jason Schiffley, principal of Bishop Dwenger High School. Students enter our school as children and emerge as adults, prepared to go out into the world with the tools necessary to become citizens of two worlds. Our enriched curriculum focuses on academics, service to the community, and participation in extracurricular activities, all while building on the foundation of our Catholic faith. Tuffy, our saintly mascot, reminds us that we are all called to be saints. Call us at 260-496-4700 or visit us online at bishopdwenger.com to find out how you can become a Dwenger saint.
Think of Briscoe Dentistry for your family's dental care. Dr. Todd Briscoe and team know that your body is more than just teeth and gums. Your oral health affects the performance ability of your entire body. And on the field or court, you want your body to perform at its best. So trust Dr. Briscoe and team to provide the ultimate in preventative, periodontal, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry. To optimize your body's performance, contact Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950 or on the web at briscoedentistry.com.
Want low mortgage payments? With mortgage rates still near historic lows, now may be the right time to purchase the home of your dreams or refinance your current one. This is Dan Fivecoat from First Federal Bank. I will work with you one-on-one to find the perfect financing solution for you. After all, we're better together. Contact me, Dan Fivecoat, at 260-489-4621 or visit us on the web at first-fed.com for more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Cross College is proud to bring you the second quarter of tonight's exciting game. Holy Cross College is an affordable Catholic college offering a life-changing, life-affirming education and is closer than you think. It's just 2 hours away. Search for them on the web at Holy Cross College at Notre Dame, Indiana.
And our halftime sponsor is historic St. Felix Catholic Center, and it's now open for retreats. Located in Huntington, Indiana on 30 scenic acres with plenty of recreational areas and a serene Blessed Mother Grotto. St. Felix Catholic Center is the perfect location for a single day of prayer to overnight retreats. From the home of Venerable Solanus Casey, come visit today. Plan your visit at SF at sanfranccatholiccenter.com. Well, Bob, I got to admit something to you. I thought you were a little bit off when you said the size is going to make a big difference. I confess you were right on the money with that one. 39-22, your halftime score.
Well, and Kenny, I think, I don't know if Bishop Dwenger got psyched out by the size, but when you score 3 points in the first quarter, I don't care who you're playing. Not that they aren't trying, but they weren't. They were getting one shot. They were not going to the basket in that first quarter. They're shooting threes. The long rebounds are going to Dwenger. They're going to Luers, and of course Luers is going inside to Sidney Curry. He's got 15 points. Jordan Banks, another inside player, has 4. And then from the outside, J.J. Foster has 3 baskets. 2 of them are threes. So Curry 15 inside, Banks 4 inside, and Foster 12. Between Curry and Foster, they have 27 points, and Dwenger has 22 as a team.
Wow. Yeah, and Curry could seem to be doing anything he wants to. And Banks, he could do the same thing if he wanted to get in there, but Banks, we were talking before the game, and he has got a really, really nice outside shot. We're trying to decide who that guy was earlier. That was Banks draining all them threes. There's a red line for a volleyball court that's probably, 10 feet past the arc? Let's say 28 or 29.
And he looked very comfortable, didn't he?
He was draining them on a well over 50% basis out there, so we made him back up to the half-court line, and he made a couple out there. So
one of the top scorers all year has been Sam Royal for Dwenger. He was held scoreless as almost the entire team was that first quarter, but they could have just given up. Coach Kostoff will never let him give up. They're battling back. Sam Royal has 9 points. Campbell Donovan's made some nice plays. Armand Clark, I thought, sort of set the tone, didn't you, Kenny? Even though he's the smallest guy on the floor, he was driving in among the trees, and at least he was battling, and then the whole team started to pick it up.
Well, yeah, he was the spark plug that got him motivated a little bit. They knew that they're going to have to match enthusiasm a little bit more than what they did because they were just getting out hustled and outplayed. And everything the Luers screw up early went in. So the confidence level goes right up. And the Bishop Dwenger Saints, who won their last 2 ball games, kind of just got rattled early. Now they got a big hole to dig themselves out of. 17 points with a 3-point shot. That can be done, and you do it in small kind of increments. You know, you try to get it under 12 here.
You can't get back in the game on 1 or 2 shots.
And they're going to have to play some nasty defense on the inside. No, Daniel's trying. He's in there beating and banging and stuff, and you're going to have to get some help from the other bigs that don't have nearly as much experience with playing time. If you can hear this game, it's thanks to our communication sponsor, Dr. Todd and Mrs. Mary Briscoe, the Mrs. Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their generous financial support helps make this Redeemer Radio Sports broadcast possible. Need emergency dental care? I hope not, but that hurts. But if you do, call Dr. Briscoe at 486-9950. That's 486-9950. Let's take another 2-minute break here, and we'll be back at the end of our halftime show at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. You're listening to 106.3 FM, WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne. Hey, welcome home.
Programming on Redeemer Radio is underwritten in part by Bob Busher Homes. Floor plan customization is what they specialize in. Find floor plans, building sites, and read Bob's story on the web at bobbusherhomes.com. Bob Busher Homes is locally owned with offices in Fort Wayne and Angola. For more information about new home building or remodeling, Bob Busher Homes can be reached at 260-490-3355.
A clean office space. Okay, that's an easy choice. And choosing the right company to clean your business is easy too. Siokas Professional Cleaning is the choice of a lot of Fort Wayne companies because of the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Siokas does it with built-in check systems to make sure your business is cleaned beyond your expectations every time. First impressions are critical, so make sure yours is always the best with professional cleaning from Siokas. The best people, the best service. 483-2112 or online at siokas.com.
Spherion Staffing, locally owned by the Pentenberg family, excels in finding the best candidates for industrial, clerical, customer service, non-clinical healthcare, IT, and professional direct hire placements. Spherion clients are accustomed to getting the right employees at the right time, every time. Spherion Staffing supports the proud excellence of the Dwenger Saints and the Luers Knights, both on the field and in the classroom. Whether you are seeking your next career move or searching for great employees, call us at 260-496-9900 or visit us on the web at spherion.com/FTWayne.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the Barbershop experience. St. Joe Center Barbershop, located at the corner of St. Joe Center and Maple Crest, prides itself on professionalism, cleanliness, and a family-friendly atmosphere. In their 3rd generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 125 years. Give them a call at 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
And we're back, basketball fans. Bishop Luers High School. We're 3/4 of the way through the Battle of the Bishops. 39-22 your score of Bishop Luers Knights, dominating the first half. Bob, Coach Kostoff, the guys are out early. How do you motivate them from a 17-point deficit?
I think the biggest thing, Kenny, and I know we talked about size, but as anyone that's listening that's played basketball, just because you have size does not mean that you're a great rebounding team. You got to put a body on somebody. If Dwenger's playing a zone, then that makes it a little tougher. But when that ball goes up, you got to have a body on your man. Keep him off the boards. Dwenger's got to do a lot better job of rebounding. Dwenger has 7 turnovers. Not too bad, but when you only score 3 points in the first quarter, the turnovers didn't help. Dwenger's got to be a lot more aggressive, move that ball around, get good shots. And I don't know how you slow down Sidney Curry, but you got to put a hand in his face, and you got to get a little more physical with Luers. They got their way, don't you think, Kenny, on the board?
They certainly have had. Now, we're dealing with high school kids, so how do you keep your kids from getting complacent, Coach Foster?
Coach J.J. Foster says, well, the one of the best ways to do that, it's called the bench. If you don't play, you put the guy on the bench. So he's going to hopefully have him fired up. Luers is doing a very nice job. Sidney Curry, you and I could probably coach him right now with the size advantage. You go to Sidney Curry. J.J. Foster has just a great outside shooter. And when you have the speed of the other guard, Ray Walker, and the size of Jordan Banks, Luers has got more than one or two guys. You try to stop one guy and they got somebody else. So Dwenger's got their work cut out for him, but it's not impossible. You just put your head down and play for 8 minutes and see where you're at.
Third quarter sponsor is Hubcap Express. They are the expert in run flat tires and plus size fitment. Need your wheels straightened? Hubcap Express fixes bent wheels. And for all your tire needs, visit Hubcap Express. They're located at 606 West Coliseum Boulevard and on the web at hubcapexpress.com. And we are getting ready for the third quarter to begin.
Luers scored 17 points that first quarter, 22 in the second quarter.
And they get the basketball to start the second half. Ray Walker going to trigger it in, flips it into Banks. Walker's got to get over the timeline.
Man-to-man again for Dwenger.
And they've been instructed to get in their jersey because they are a tight man-to-man currently. Let's see if the speed and size can get around that. Davis to Walker, a little bit of a weave. Walker dumps it off in the corner to Foster. Foster 3 and away, count it.
I don't know what J.J. Foster had for breakfast, but he better keep it up. He's red hot. That's his third 3.
And the second half starting on like the first half. Both teams full court press. They get it to Royal. They broke the press relatively easy. Clark out in between the circles. We're going to set up at the half court. Donovan right side. Royal left side. They pop Burns out on top. And a lot of passing on the outside. Royal throws a 3 up. It's no good. J.J. Foster.
That's his fourth rebound.
They got numbers. He goes, puts it up. No good. Oh, nice rebound by O'Daniel.
Daniel's really improved tonight. There's got to be a foul on that play.
And we got two bodies on the floor. Davis and Clark both hit the floor. They called a foul. This one on probably Davis, I would say. Jason Davis, a 6'4" forward. That is indeed his second foul of the ball game. So the Saints have the basketball and a 20-point deficit. We're 1 minute into the third quarter.
Dwenger's got to move that ball around a lot quicker. Can he go side to side, maybe put somebody on the foul line? They got to really get that ball moving like a hot potato and try to move this zone.
Clark to Royal. He dribbles in. The defense just collapses, so he kicks it back out to Clark. Clark flicks it over to Donovan. Donovan to Royal. Royal to Clark, and they're playing left wing, right wing, and top of the key. Now they're a little bit of a curl move, but nobody's really doing much of anything. They're going to play.
When you're down 20, I think you got to have a little more energy on the offensive end here.
Burns inside, bounce pass to O'Daniel. O'Daniel collapsed on. The basketball rolls out of bounds, and Bishop Luers is going to have the basketball. So O'Daniel rolled it off his own leg and out of bounds. 6:20 on the clock, 42-22 your score. And J.J. Foster bringing over the timeline. Guarded by Donovan. Flips it over to Davis. Davis a little bit on the weave to Walker. Walker trying to use his speed to get past Clark. Clark's probably the only guy in the city to keep up with him. They got
there's an boy. Curry elbowed O'Daniel on that one.
And he was off balance and got called for traveling.
He caught him with an elbow by accident.
Yeah, and O'Daniel is checking his jaw as he goes back down the floor, so he's popped him a good one.
O'Daniel, this is the most aggressive I've seen him all year.
Donovan hustles over the timeline, dribbles in between the defense, gets it through the press. Royal fakes a 3, and
there's
Curry
another foul on Curry. Just knocked O'Daniel down for some reason.
Yep, he sure did. J.J. Foster using his fingers, pointing at his head. And use your head, Mr. Curry.
Referee sees that again. They could kick you out for that.
Yeah, that's his second foul of the ball game. So the Saints trigger the basketball in. Get it on the top to Royal. Royal over to Donovan. Donovan shoots and count it. Campbell
Great
Donovan
range by Campbell
right
Donovan.
side.
I think he shoots like his dad used to.
Ray Walker brings it over the timeline. Picked up by Clark. Hand off to Foster. Foster guarded by Donovan. Get it back over to Walker. He's on the left side, kind of floating around over there. Nobody's doing much of anything, so he drives, kicks it on the right side, and a whistle stops play. Let's see what the call is here.
I think he's calling 3 seconds. Can you remember hearing that call very often?
Not tonight.
These teams usually are so up and down the court, you don't see 3 seconds anymore.
Well, the offense was standing around that time, not doing a whole lot. They get it into O'Daniel. O'Daniel to Royal. Royal to Donovan. Donovan thinks about a 3.
Nice pass. Nice pass.
Puts it up and under. And
O'Daniel's playing a very good game. He's going to play like this all year.
Foster comes down, stops right at the arc, hands it off to Davis. Davis goes to the right hand, tries to cross over, but they try to force it to the left. O'Daniel slaps the interior pass out of bounds. So David O'Daniel finding his oats a little bit, finding his confidence. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take a 30-second break ourselves. Kind of caught me off guard there. Didn't see a timeout coming there.
J.J. Foster wasn't real happy with the way they're playing right now.
WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Not a second to spare. At First Federal Bank, we know that's how you feel when running your business. You need banking solutions that make the most of your precious time. We offer tailored solutions to help you manage your cash flow and services designed to streamline your paper, all with your time in mind. Call me, Tracy Bodan, at 260-432-0022 to learn how you can feel like you have a personal bookkeeper working for you around the clock, or visit first-fed.com. First Federal Bank, better together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're back at Bishop Luers High School. 42-27 your score. 4:59 on the clock. Timeout was called by Bishop Luers. And I think J.J. Foster might have smelled a little bit of a run by the Saints, so he called timeout. He set the defense a little bit.
I think they're going to try to go inside, use their size with Banks and Curry inside.
Throw it out to Walker. Walker over to Banks. Banks is outside the arc. Bounce pass to J.J. Foster. He's over the left corner, kind of floating around. He stops, flips it over to Walker, who's in between the circles. Davis, right wing. He better not go because that's all blue people. And he does not. Throws it over to Foster. Back to Walker. Foster, about 3 feet out. Now he backs up from the top.
Luers been a lot more deliberate.
Curry's calling for the basketball. There's way too many bodies in there to try to flip that in there, so we give it back to Foster. Banks, high post, finds Curry, low post, right side.
Nice move by Curry, using his size. Good move by Curry, and a nice pass.
And that's why he wanted it, because he's pretty sure he's got O'Daniel's number once he gets him on his hip.
17 for Sidney Curry, and he's going to be doing that for the next 3 years.
44-27 score. 4:28 on the clock.
And good coaching by Bishop Luers. You see where you have a dominant offensive force there. Take advantage of it. You keep going to Curry until they stop him. And so far, there's Dwenger has no answer for Sidney Curry.
Makes the free throw. Excuse me, 45-27 your score. And Clark brings it over the timeline. Slowly but surely, picked up by Foster. Still has it. Finally picks up the basketball. Has to do something with it. Gets it to O'Daniels. O'Daniels a little bit too far out on the left post to do anything with it, so they're going to sling it back around. Royal crossover dribble, gets inside, and it's slapped out of bounds by Davis. Royal gives up about 4 or 5 inches and really didn't have him beat on the defensive side.
It's good to see Dwenger trying to be a lot more aggressive and go to the basket instead of just playing around the outside and shooting threes. They're trying to be a lot more aggressive here.
Clark to Royal. Royal jacks up a three. No good. Off the back of the iron. Walker with a rebound. He's picked up by Clark. Flings it far forward to Davis. Davis has got a three if Royal wants to give it to him there, because Royal's not guarding that close. Woo! About threw it over the timeline. Out to
and Banks Foster. And Austin Burns are really battling inside the position right now.
Campbell Donovan on the defensive side keeps Foster at base, so he flips it to the right side over to Walker. Banks calling for it on the danger. Boy, the double team came there in a hurry. Base to throw it back out. Almost swiped by Royal. Foster drives.
Nice move by JJ.
No good. Rebound David O'Daniel for
That's
the
his
Saints.
5th rebound, Kenny.
He gives it up to Clark. Clark finds Royal. Royal dumps it off in a corner to Donovan. Excuse me. Donovan still has it. Gets it over to Royal. Royal catches it in the corner, and Ray Walker on him like cheese on a pizza. The switch, and now Walker is guarding, chasing the basketball around. Donovan gives it up to Clark. Clark guarded by Foster. Get it back to
Dwenger
Royal.
can't shake anybody right now.
Yeah, they sure can't. O'Daniel dumps it back out to Clark. They're going to reset the offense. Foster reaches out. Clark kind of swats it in his hand. They try a back door. It didn't work. So Burns does everything but get open. Banks kept him at base, so they kick it back out, start all over again. Royal over to Donovan. Donovan
good defense by Dwenger, by Luers right now.
He picks it up, doesn't have anything to do with it, hands it off to Clark. Clark finally drives, finds the lane. Oh, did everything but get it to go down. Got all the way to the iron, and it just didn't roll in. Foster hustles down the other way, no look past the Banks, 8-footer from the right side, count it.
He's got 8 points, and as you said, a beautiful no look pass from J.J. Foster. Banks, for a big man, is a good outside shooter.
Clark and Walker, if you like speedy guards, this is a nice matchup here that's been off and on all night long. And Clark this time gets around Walker, but he runs into some guy named Curry, and he's not going to have trouble getting past him. Curry fouled him on the way in, and that's probably his third or fourth, Bob. We'll take a look here when they put it up there. His third. But the Knights still enjoy a 20-point lead with 2:08 to go here in the third period.
A great move by Armand Clark. The only problem is he's only 1 out of 5 from the foul line.
Well, he's got a chance to improve that. First one is on the way. And he doubles up his output.
Practice makes perfect, doesn't it?
Heck of a time to practice, though, isn't it?
I'll tell you, his quickness has really made Dwenger a little better ball club. He's taking the ball inside, and he's not scared of all those big giants inside.
Burns down and Martin up for the Saints. Second free throw is also good, so he's finding the range finally. Curry takes it out of bounds to Walker to Foster. Foster right in front of us here. Brings over the timeline. It's the right side of the floor. Picked up by Donovan, and Donovan got a hand on, I thought, all ball, but just enough of Foster's hand to call a foul on him. That is only the second foul called against the Saints, and the first one against Campbell Donovan this ball game. Donovan again draws the defensive sliding on Foster. Foster a no-look pass over to Davis. Davis gets it down to Banks. He's double teamed. Throw it back out to Davis. Davis throws up a three. Ball goes high off the iron.
Good rebound by Royal.
With the back, he gets it forward to Martin. Martin O'Daniel. Daniel knocks somebody down, loses control of the ball. They're going to call a blocking foul on J.J. Foster.
I thought Foster went down before he even touched him. He was trying to draw the foul there that time.
He did, but on the wrong guy. And a couple of others are going to have some clarification from the referee crew from the scoring table. 1:38 on the clock, 47-29 your score. It's an 18-point spread. And the Bishop Dwenger Saints just been outmanned so far tonight by the Knights of Bishop Luers.
7 points for David O'Daniel, 1 out of 2 from the foul line. I'm not sure what we're discussing. Do you, Kenny?
I think who the foul might be on. And
I thought J.J. Foster was guarding him, so I'm not sure what we're doing.
They're going to call it on Davis. So Davis must have been called on the reach-in, but he mowed Foster over. Foster was part of the floor there pretty firmly. So Daniel, first free throw, missed it.
Again, 7 points for David O'Daniel, 1 out of 3 from the foul line. Very aggressive for David O'Daniel tonight. Doing a good job on the boards. It just took him a while to get into the game.
Missed the second free throw, rebound by Curry. Up the floor quickly. They got it in the corner to Davis. Over to Walker. Walker's going to go through the lane and bring it right back out in between the circles. Crossover dribble, didn't fool anybody. Flips it over to Foster. Foster's 12 feet out left wing.
Walker dribbles like he's got that ball on a string, doesn't he?
Foster back.
Boy, this is his night. J.J. Foster raining threes. That's his fourth three.
I'm on Clark. He's got ball going the other direction.
He's got 18 points.
Martin to Donovan. Donovan, three
good job.
On the way. Count it.
Good shot by Campbell Donovan.
50-32 your score. We're at 1 minute to go. Third period action. They get it inside the Banks. He's quickly double teamed. He kicks it back out to Foster. It's in the air. No good. Rebound Clark after it's tipped a couple of times. Clark going to try and drive in between everybody. He does. Puts it up.
Oh, nice play, but you knew Armand Clark. He's done it all night. He's going to the basket when he gets the ball.
David O'Daniel just about caused the problem there. He kind of fouled up on it, but didn't touch the basketball. So Clark's going to try to finish off a three-point play. 50-34 your score. 47 seconds to go here in third quarter action. The Knights up by 16 and maybe only 15 after the free throw. Clark made his last two, I believe, didn't he? I think we're having a 1-for-5 streak. I think he made the last two when he was out there. So bodies everywhere they belong.
For Bishop Luers, Sidney Curry and J.J. Foster have 36 points between them, Kenny.
Tyler Prince checks in and Jordan Banks checks out with 47 seconds to go. Give Banks a little extra breather. Free throw on the way. Count it. He made his last three, so it's 50-35.
6 points for Armand Clark, and he's really done a nice job with using his quickness.
Three-quarter court trap. And it worked well this time, and the Saints got him caught by surprise, and it was a 10-second call. So the Saints got a chance to close the gap a little bit more at 36.3. They're down 15. It'd be nice to convert here.
Since their slow first quarter, they've scored 32 points in the last 2 quarters. The first quarter has just really killed them, but they're fighting back.
Clark flicks it over to O'Daniel. O'Daniel's way outside the arc. Over to Martin. Martin drives.
Oh, nice
inside.
pass.
Nice pass.
He must have lost the ball going up because it was a beautiful pass from Martin.
Campbell Donovan tried to reverse layup and just lost it. Went straight up in the air. And
Look at, he got tripped. Got tripped.
J.J. Foster tried.
It might have been an accident, but Clark tripped him.
Yep. Oh, I think it was. Clark headed to the same spot. J.J. saw him dribble behind his back and had him whipped by about 10 feet if he'd have stayed on his feet. Could have blown right past him, but Clark got, the feet just got tangled up. That was purely by accident.
Jason Davis is back in, so you know with Banks and Davis, they're probably going to go inside or put the ball in the hands of J.J. Foster in the last 17 seconds. He'll drive to the basket, either pass it or shoot it. Use his quickness.
That was Clark's third foul of the ball game also. So 17 seconds, they throw it deep into the forecourt. Hand it off to Foster, 11, 10. He's at the top of the key. They're not going to let him take that shot. Not that easy. We're down to 6 seconds. They got to make a move. He finally leans forward. Gets it
nice pass. There's an offensive foul. Davis just
right. Huge
that was
elbow.
a silly play.
Blasted the defender, and I think it was McKenna who took the blast. I'm not sure. A couple of guys down on the inside.
That's what his size advantage, Kenny. All he had to do is go up and put it in.
The Saints have 1.5 to get a shot off. It'll be a little bit tough. They got to go the full length of the floor. And they try a baseball pass.
Nice hustle. Luers going to get the ball down.
Never got touched.
They're going to get it right underneath their bucket. And they might try to throw a lob to Banks, maybe.
Well, the clock did not start correctly, and here comes Curry in. And Davis
now they
out,
might try the lob.
Well, I'm sure that's the plan, and I think O'Daniel ought to just glue himself right to Sidney Curry. Well, they got 4 guys around him. What do you think? Everybody scrambles, and they throw it outside.
Nice play by Dwenger to knock it
play
loose.
by Bishop Dwenger. Jack Pettenberg got a finger on it. So at the end of 3, with a 15-point spread, 50-35, with Bishop Luers Knights on top. Let's take a 1-minute break, and we will be back with the fourth quarter. You're listening to 106.3 FM, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
You're doing good.
Tri-State Warehousing is one of the most complete service-oriented companies in the warehousing field today. Located in Fort Wayne, Tri-State Warehousing is a 50,000 square foot dry and temperature-controlled storage facility, serving 2/3 of the continental U.S. with overnight rail service. The dedicated staff and specialty services of Tri-State Warehousing are known throughout the industry. For great things in store, call Tri-State Warehousing, 260-436-2010. That's 260-436-2010.
We're all searching for answers, searching for meaning in our life. But the world and the culture give us empty solutions and empty promises. We know there is more to life because we're searching for the real truth and a real meaning. You can stop searching because you found Jesus Christ at His Catholic Church. Redeemer Radio. Welcome home to your family of faith.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union helps support your Catholic parish or your school and help yourself in the process with the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. Call Elevate at 844-230-6611 or visit them on the line at NotreDameElevate.com to learn more.
The Saints with the basketball to start the fourth quarter, down by 15. Clark drives on Walker, puts
He's
it up.
done that all night, Kenny. I got to give him credit. He is really on his quickness has tried to turn this game around by himself.
Got past Walker that time, gets the gap down to 13. They get it to Banks. He turns from the free throw line, puts it up. No good. Rebound pulled out of there by Martin. Martin double teamed on the baseline, got around both of them. Tries to hustle down the floor. He's going
nice move by Conlon Martin.
Nobody stopped him. He said, okay.
He went coast to coast, and all of a sudden they're only down 11.
50-39. Kind of reminiscent of the last game. The Saints down a lot. Slowly crawl their way back. Walker with a basketball. Kicks it over the corner to Cook. Cook puts up a 3. No good. Rebound Saints. Martin. who scored the last bucket. Fakes the drive to McKenna. McKenna to Clark. Wide open three from
Oh
the
my
top of
gosh,
the key.
Armand Clark
Timeout.
trying to put him on his back. And I thought J.J. Foster might call a timeout there.
And he did. As the Saints were making a run. 50-42 after being down 20 not all that long ago. And this is exactly what you want to do. You nibble, and you get a piece of it. Let's take a 30-second break. We're listening to 106.3 FM, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
There's a new dining experience in Fort Wayne, just waiting to be discovered by sports fans everywhere. Newly remodeled The Lodge, located in the Coyote Creek Golf Club, is open to the public, offering great daily lunch and dinner specials. Bring the family in to enjoy our spacious family room after the game. The Lodge is proud to support Bishop Dwenger and Bishop Luers football. Come celebrate the W's with their friendly staff. The Lodge is located at 4935 Hillegas Road. To save your table for after the game, call 260-203-3154.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. 6:53 on the clock, and the Saints have crawled their way back into this thing, 50-42. They have erased a 20-point deficit, got it down to 8.
The group out here right now, Kenny, are scrapping like crazy. Martin and Clark and the whole group, and Campbell Donovan, and they're just fighting every inch of the way.
Clark with the steal.
I'll tell you, Armand Clark's taking over. That's just hard to believe.
Bishop Luers Knights we just talked about it at the break here, are playing not to lose kind of thing.
13 for Clark.
They got J.J. Foster trapped in the corner. And a jump ball is called. The possession arrow goes in the direction of the Bishop Luers Knights. But it's a 6-point ball game, so that's a 2-possession game if somebody's starting to break.
Luers is letting themselves get double teamed and trapped, Kenny. They gotta, when they see the double team come, they gotta pass out of it quickly and find the open man.
6:28. And the clock starts. Ray Walker with a basketball.
Beautiful
nice pass in the Banks. Thread the needle right down the lane.
How do you
Nobody
lose a guy at his size? They lost him on the baseline.
52-44. A basket that the Knights needed, I would say, fairly desperately, even though it's still 6 minutes to go. Royal with a basketball, hands it off to Martin. Martin, who went coast to coast not too long ago, tries to get it inside O'Daniel. No look, so McKenna, 3. High
nice rebound by Walker.
And Walker got some humps there.
Skywalker there.
Took that one. That's very true. Foster with the basketball. Thinks about it, dumps it down inside to Curry. Curry don't get it up, and whistle stops play. They're probably going to call that one on O'Daniel. He had a one-on-one, and O'Daniel hit him with the hip.
I think they can go to Curry anytime they want, Kenny.
Donovan in, McKenna out for the Saints. 5:51 on the clock. That's the the fourth foul on the Saints. They throw it along to Banks. Banks hands it over to Walker. And the man-to-man defense. Donovan's looking for J.J. Foster. He finally found him.
You got to overplay Walker. He's left-handed. You got to make him go to his right.
And they did just that. He couldn't go anywhere, so they flipped it over to Foster. Foster guarded by Campbell Donovan. Foster blows by Donovan, kicks it out to the left side to Walker. Walker throws up a 3. You don't see that very often.
There's a foul on Dwenger, on Sam Royal trying to rebound.
Got underneath Curry. Curry a little bit off balance that time, and then O'Daniel tripped over him. He had a couple of polite words. Second foul on Royal, and the 5th foul on the Saints.
Good timeout by Coach Kostoff. They're starting to lose a little momentum. He's going to try to get him refocused.
We'll stay right here. 5:25 on the clock. 52-44 your score with an 8-point spread. You're exactly right, Bob. They have come back quite a bit, and it expels a lot of energy. This is probably a very good timeout, if nothing else, to regroup their head and get a little more oxygen back in the bloodstream, because when you have come back from 20, you're really working hard.
Well, and the thing is, again, and we don't want to beat the dead horse, but Luers has got so much size, and Dwenger has really been battling. That's got to take it out of you physically and mentally. Dwenger's just giving it everything they got, and I think they're starting to run out of gas just a little. Good timeout by Coach Kostoff. Settle them down, get them refocused. They've done a wonderful job since that first quarter. They could have given up, but they didn't, and credit to Bishop Dwenger. And Luers, sort of, as you said, Kenny, relaxed a little, and now they're back playing the basketball that they're used to.
Well, they better, because if they continue to play not to win, or not to lose, I should say, Dwenger going to sneak up and take this one right away from them.
Sidney Curry has 18 points, but he has not scored here in the fourth quarter, and they have to go and take the advantage of Sidney Curry inside and Banks inside.
J.J. Foster going to trigger the basketball in underneath. Not quite underneath the basket. Going to go to the left side about 5 feet. And O'Daniel's got his
You better
hands
watch
up.
Banks out here. He's a good shooter.
Yep, and they're going to throw it way deep, three-quarter court deep to Walker just to get it in play. Walker guarded quickly by Donovan right at the 10-second line. He flips it over to Foster. He's way out there, so they're trying to spread the floor.
They're going to make him definitely play man-to-man, and Dwenger's guards will try to use their quickness.
They're going to try and put it in deep freeze. I don't think that's wise this late. Foster drove, got cut off, so he flips it back to Walker. Walker over to Banks, Banks to Walker, and they're way outside the arc even at this point. Cook kind of wandering the baseline. Sidney Curry all the way out to set
Clark
a pick.
didn't give him enough room. That was sort of a silly foul.
Yep. That's his fourth. Not a good foul for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Quickly, McKenna jumps off the bench, and Clark's going to have a seat.
And that's going to hurt Bishop Dwenger. Coach Kostoff's got a decision to make when he wants to bring Clark back in, because he's been the heart and soul of Bishop Dwenger since halftime.
Ray Walker fakes the pass, and then he gets it in. Has to throw it deep to Banks, because the Saints are just chasing the basketball and doing a nice job of it here.
McKenna's going to have a tough job guarding Walker, I'm afraid.
Well, they pulled the switch. Nope, they didn't. So Foster tries to drive. He gets driven back by both Martin and Donovan. So he's
Campbell staying
out.
right with him.
He's on the L, almost put his foot over the 10-second line, the backside. He finally drives into the lane and had to put the ball on his hip, but they're going to call a foul on Martin on a, do I want to use the word phantom? That was a very light touch, if anything.
18 points for J.J. Foster, none since third quarter. He's got 5 baskets, 4 of them are threes, 4 out of 4 from the foul line. He's just had a fantastic shooting night.
And the first free throw is up and good. It's a 53-44.
J.J. with 19, Curry with 18.
They sent Curry back to guard nobody, took him off the rebounding line and put Walker up. Kind of an interesting move. Second free throw is good by Foster.
He's still perfect, 6 out of 6.
Stretches the lead back to 10. Full-court press again. McKenna and Martin going to play a little pitch and catch. They need to get it forward. They find O'Daniel. O'Daniel's in the corner. Have to pull it back to Martin and get it over the timeline.
Nice passing.
To McKenna. McKenna inside. Walker slaps the ball down as they try to kick it back out for the three. Walker blows by a couple people, lost control of the ball, and it bounced off his own knee. So, a little bit too quick for his own good. And the Saints are going to get the basketball back with 4:05 and a 10-point deficit.
Dwenger doesn't have to be in a hurry, but they gotta at least make it a little quicker here, Kenny. They don't have all day to pass the ball.
Well, they
nice
did that
move by
time.
Campbell Donovan.
They threw it right to Donovan, right up the center, and he just charged on the floor, threw up a left-handed layup. It didn't go, but he got fouled on the way in.
He has 10 points and 0 out of 1 from the foul line. He's a good foul shooter, so I expect him to at least make one of them, and probably both of them.
No changes in the lineup. Oh, Davis is going to go to the scoring table. First free throw is on the way. Count it. So we get back down to a 9-point spread. And Curry's going to have a seat. Davis comes up. Curry kind of walked away from the line a little early.
11 points for Campbell Donovan, working on 12 here.
Second free throw is up and good. So we're down to an 8-point spread. Again, Davis triggers the basketball into Walker.
Dwenger's got to try to play defense without fouling here.
And they almost stole it. Foster.
Oh, nice pass.
No look pass to Davis. Davis pulls it out after he had a nice path to the basket. And boy, the Saints have picked up the man-to-man defense. Not sure what that was all about.
Walker's putting on a dribbling display.
Yeah,
but he's got to worry about the team game right now.
Well, yeah, but he didn't fool Martin until the third try.
Right.
The crowd got crazy, but Martin stood his ground and played good defense till the last time. He finally got caught on the reach-in, and that's going to be his 4th foul of the ball game. So you heard a lot of crowd noise, but it was kind of just because he's shown off a little bit.
Walker's got 4 points and 2 out of 2 from the foul line. These are key free throws.
3:38 on the clock. An 8-point spread. First one's good, making a 9-point spread now. Ray Walker makes the first of 2.
And he is a fantastic dribbler, but as you said, Kenny, the cheering section really got carried away there, but they love this kid.
And the second one is good also. So we're back to 10-point spread. Full court pressure triggered into Donovan. Donovan to Royal. Royal.
I don't know where that was going.
Down the well, whoever was supposed to run down the middle of the floor didn't. So it was run down by Davis. Davis hands it off to Walker.
Coach Kostoff says, I got to get Clark back in, even if he has 4 fouls.
Walker trying to get by Donovan. He finally does, but he dumps it off to Cook. Cook loses it. He bounces out of bounds. So Walker getting a little bit too fancy for his own good that time.
I think he's playing to the crowd a little right now, or at least he's letting him get in his head a little.
That's exactly what he's doing, actually, Bob. The crowd needs to calm down a smidge and let him play, or Foster can.
I'm surprised these kids are right on the. I'm surprised they don't back him up a little.
That would be the place where you grab a uniform. He said something to this Martin, who's standing there waiting for the basketball.
Yeah, he's laughing.
Starts giggling, so I don't know what they said, but it must be humorous and polite enough where he tickled his funny bone. They get it in. Clark gets back into the ball game. A couple of head fakes, bounce pass to Martin. Martin throws it in the corner to Royal. Royal throws up.
That's
three.
his shot, Kenny.
Count it. 56.
He's got 12 points.
The Saints need a stop. It'd be a nice time to get it with 3 minutes to go. Foster throws it.
Oh my Lord! How do you lose him?
Banks.
Oh, that's not a good play at all.
Well, they exchange the 3 for 2. It's a 9-point spread. And Clark brings it over the timeline. Finds Royal left side. Royal thinks about a 3, drives into the lane, kicks it back outside. 3 on the way. Count it.
Campbell Donovan shoot like his father.
58-52. We're down to a 6-point game again. And again, the Saints need to stop right here with 2:31 and counting. Foster floating inside.
Oh,
the
nice
lane.
move.
Got there all the way. Martin blocked the shot. Royal takes it out of the air. So here come the Saints. They got
Dwenger's got to be cool here. Not a silly play. A
Martin
good pass.
to the corner. 3 on the way.
Oh, I thought that was
out.
everything except in.
Oh,
Wow.
man. Donovan with a good
I almost
three.
marked that one down. Tough play there.
Walker with a rebound. And
they needed that.
Milking a little bit of clock here. 2:08, 2:07. He gets it over the timeline. Gets it over to Cook. Throws it at his feet. Recovered nicely. Gets it back to Walker. Walker to Foster. Foster guarded closely by Clark. Walker gets in. Or Foster
Nice
gets
pass.
Nice
J.J.
pass.
Foster's making something happen every time he has the ball.
Cook was floating the baseline. Did a nice job. And timeout on the floor. 1:53 on the clock. 60-52. Luers up by 8. And we will take a 1-minute break ourselves. You're listening to 106.3 FM, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Shawnee Construction and Engineering is proud to support tonight's game. We specialize in commercial and industrial construction and use unique life cycle principles to provide our clients the highest quality craftsmanship for the life of the project. Shawnee Construction and Engineering are partners with you for lifetime savings. We can be found at ShawneeConstruction.com or at 260-489-1234. That's 260-489-1234.
He has counted to infinity twice. He once set a land speed record on a surfboard. Bruce Springsteen calls him the boss. He is the most fascinating man alive.
I don't always buy diamonds, but when I do, I prefer Peter Franklin Jewelers. Stay sparkly, my friend.
And we're back at Bishop Luers High School. 1:53 on the clock. Again, we're going to use the term left in regulation because this is getting interesting. And the Saints down by 8, 60-52.
Very key possession, Kenny. They don't have all day. They got to get a good shot and cut into this lead. And now Walker fouled him from behind. That was pretty evident.
They got the ball to Clark at the center of the floor, and Walker tried to sneak up from behind, steal, and he got a little bit of Clark and a little bit of ball. They stopped the clock at 1:48. That's the 8th team foul.
Clark is probably not too bad a guy to foul. He's 4 out of 10 from the foul line. He's hit a couple lately, but if you're going to foul anybody, he's probably the guy to foul.
Well, he's made his last 3, and now be a nice time to extend your streak to 5. And he's got the ball, and the crowd is chanting one way positive, one way trying to give him the bad luck, and it goes in anyway. 60-53 your score.
Armand Clark. We haven't watched every game, but I would think this is the most points he's scored all year. He has 14, and he's really earned them tonight.
7-point spread could be down to 6 if this one is converted. Gets up.
Still got it. We got ourselves a ball game.
Made his last 5 after missing that streak. And Clark down wisely. And Elijah Jett.
Offensive defense in there, Kenny.
Jack Pettenberg checks into the lineup.
Offensive defense. Good, smart coaching by Coach Kostoff.
Got to save Clark for the offensive side of the ball. Long bounce pass to Banks. Banks double team quickly.
Oh, nice pass.
Finds Davis underneath the bucket.
Banks looked ahead, eyes the back with his head. That was a beautiful pass to Davis, and that's his first basket, Kenny, and that might be the one that hurts him the most.
Royal drives up in right hand.
No quit, Sam Royal.
Timeout Saints. But Banks split the defense nicely, and Davis was running the baseline like we're all taught to do. Get lost down there once in a while, and Banks saw him and hit a nice pass. But quickly, the Saints converted to the other end, 62-56 to score with 1:28. We're going to stay right here for a 30-second timeout. So
look at his scorebook, Kenny. I was a little tough on Sam Royal. He never scored in the first quarter. Then he gets 9 in the second quarter. He doesn't score in the third quarter. He's got 5 now. So he likes the even quarters.
Apparently so. But he made a nice play there, hustled all the way to the iron and got it up and in, and pretty much unchallenged, actually.
You got to give Dwenger all the credit in the world. When they were down 17-3, they could have folded their tent, but there's no quit in the Saints, and Luers has got a battle on their hands here.
1:28 on the clock. And the team's come out of their timeouts. Curry's going to hang out. Nobody's going to cherry pick that way.
Dwenger's going to try to double team the ball and try to get the ball without fouling.
They sent Walker long. He's double teamed on the way down, so that didn't work either. So they give it to J.J. Foster. Foster has to throw a loop pass to Walker. Walker gets it. Ooh, he's fouled. They didn't call that one. That's, his ticky-tack we've seen. Here comes the double team. They get over the top to Foster. Foster, stop-and-go move, gets inside the lane. Dumps it off the bank.
Too easy.
Up and in. And a foul called on the play.
That was a silly play for Dwenger. That could have been the killer.
Austin Burns tried to heave-ho him, and Banks is just too big and strong. Unless you're going to knock him into the stands, you're not going to move him. It didn't affect the shot at all.
Banks
really
has 12 points. He hasn't dominated like I thought he would, but he still has 12 points, and he has 8 since halftime. And again, J.J. Foster's vision tonight is remarkable, and he's getting these kids a lot of baskets.
Free throws up and good. So 65-56.
It's really going to make it tough now for Dwenger.
And we got a minute to go. Royal stops. Then makes a stop-and-go move, gets up, puts it up and in.
Boy, he's having a good game.
Easy 2 for Sam Royal. And Banks trying to direct some traffic, finally gets to Davis. Davis to Banks, and a whistle stops the play, so somebody must have fouled Davis on the far side of the floor. Kind of hard to see from the angle we got. They're going to give him 2 shots.
And Dwenger doesn't have any choice now, do they, Kenny?
No, and it's Sam Royal guilty of the personal foul. His third of the ball game. 54.7 to go, and
Jason Davis hadn't been at the foul line, so you might as well go and try to foul him.
Well, the first one's up and good. Back to an 8-point spread. Burns down, Martin up. McKenna's going to go back, and Clark going to jump on the free throw line.
Austin Burns, every time he's on the floor, he gives a lot of hustle for the Saints.
Most of the nights are away from the rebounding line. Ray Walker's the only one up there. And come up short.
That's a killer, and they lost the rebound.
4-1, and the rebound just bounced into Walker's hand. Foster dribbles through traffic, and he is fouled during the Curly Neal imitation. He got a pass over to Davis, but it was right after the whistle blew. Boy, oh boy, what an odd rebound. One guy on the rebounding lane for the
and he got it.
Luers Knights. It really was relatively easy. Just kind of went long, and he turned and snatched it before anybody else could.
J.J. Foster, 20 points, 6 out of 6 in the foul line, and he's just played a great game offensively and defensively. He put pressure, Walker and Foster put pressure on the opposing guards defensively. Their quickness causes trouble and havoc the entire night. J.J. Foster either drives to the bucket or makes beautiful passes, and he's just he's been the leader of Bishop Luers all night, and he's played a great floor game.
missed the front end.
We
of
give
the
him all that
one-on-one.
credit. He misses a free throw.
And just made an observation. The Bishop Dwenger Saints have gone really small. The tallest guy on the floor is 6'1", so they're going to want to hustle down the floor to get the first good look they can.
And as you mentioned, Kenny, they probably got their 5 better shooters out there. They got to try to get the rebound and come down and score, as you mentioned, very quickly. It's probably going to be a 3.
Missed the second free throw. 3 on the way from McKenna.
He's got it. Wow, what a shot.
61. 5 points and another timeout on the floor. And we're going to stay right here again because I'm sure there's going to be 2 or 3 more timeouts the way this game's going. But it's 37.8, 66-61. The Saints refuse to give in. I think Bob's got some scores from the area.
Here's a surprise, Kenny. Northside had a 1-point lead at home to Homestead. Homestead 60-54 over Northside.
That a final?
That's a final, and Homestead is still undefeated, as is Carroll. So Homestead beats Northside 60-54. Northside was one of the favorites to win the SAC, and they've already lost 2 games now in the SAC.
The SAC's probably not real happy with the new teams that came in there. They're sneaking in and playing some pretty good basketball.
Coach Johnson's doing a wonderful job at Homestead. He lost a ton of talent, but he's a good coach, and they're just a well-coached team.
Now the NE8 probably the happiest conference in the country right now. They got rid of those 2 teams, and they're battling it out themselves. But tonight we got a whale of a ball game, the Battle of the Bishops. Game number 2, 66-61, as the Saints scored 3 whole points in the first quarter, and they have battled back to get it down to 5. I think this is the closest they've been. Full court press going to be put on by the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
One of the keys, Kenny, Luers is 16 out of 19 from the foul line. That's really gonna go a long way for them if they're going to win this.
Davis gets it into Foster. Foster double teams in the background, and McKenna fouls him back there, and probably, he's missed the last 2, but he's one of the better shooters they have. But you're going to have to foul somebody. You can't lose any more clock than you already have.
As I mentioned, they're 16 out of 19 from the foul line, and their best shooter, Foster, has missed 2 of them. But I have a hunch he ain't going to miss these. At least he'll make 1 of them, it looks like.
33.7 on the clock. 66-61 your score. Foster with the basketball. The classic 3 dribbles, spin. It's up, it's short. He has missed the last 3. Here comes Martin in for
JJ's dad's not real happy about this. Even if he makes this, it's still only a 2-possession game. So Dwenger shot themselves right back in this game.
Foster, the same routine. This one looks a little bit better. And he finally lets 1 out of the last 4 and makes it 67-61. And pressure's not that much. Martin gets through the traffic, gets it over to Donovan. Donovan swings it around to Royal.
Oh, good defense.
Blocked by
good defense by Banks.
Saints.
That might be the game there.
20 seconds to go, and J.J. Foster fouled in the backcourt again. So, Banks gets out there, uses his 6'5" frame, and blocks a 3-point shot by the Saints. And they are forced to foul in the backcourt again. So,
21 points for J.J. Foster, and he's right back at the foul line.
Makes that one just about went over the free throw line. They were eyeballing that closely, but didn't quite commit a lane violation. 68-61. Foster with the second
23 for Foster.
He settled back in, 69-61. Martin over the timeline. Charging the right side, picks it up. Has to fling it over to Royal. It's intercepted. Davis with the basketball. This is going to be over now. 10 seconds to go. The Knights have the rock. And
Dwenger took a lot out of him to come back like this, Kenny. I think they just ran out of energy, and Luers played a good ball game tonight.
And that's your final buzzer, 69-61. A very close ball game after a big 20-point spread at one time. And the Saints fought back and fought back and fought back, similar to the first game of the night. So let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with our post-game show. You're listening to 106.3 FM, Fort Wayne, Columbia City. Welcome home to your family of faith.
Here's a money-saving tip from Momper, the #1 name in insulation since 1956. Exposed attic ceiling joists and ductwork, or new snow that quickly melts off your roof means you need to add insulation. We'll fill empty sidewall cavities with insulation, even through masonry, aluminum, or vinyl siding with no unsightly holes. Plus, we'll seal your crawl space with urethane foam for a total insulation package. Call Momper now for a free, no-obligation energy analysis of your home.
Redeemer Radio has one travel sponsor, and that's H&L Electric, specializing in commercial electrical needs for the business community. H&L Electric can handle the smallest to the largest projects for your business. Call Pete Henry at 260-357-0123. That's 260-357-0123. And our post-game sponsor is Bishop Luers High School, a Catholic educational community that instills in each student dignity, integrity, respect, and responsibility. Catch the Luers Spirit at www.bishopluers.org. And young J.J. Foster getting a headset set. You got her. I'll get you dialed up. Let me know when you can start hearing so I don't blow your eardrums off.
How does that sound? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us now?
I can now.
Good. Okay, good. Well, J.J. Foster, what a game there. Now, I got to ask you, did the pressure get to you a little bit on those free throws and you missed 3 in a row, or you just kind of...
Usually not. I don't know what's going on.
And you got me in trouble. I stuck my foot in my mouth. I said, you're the good as shooters they got, and you just missed a couple. But you hit the key ones. JJ, you guys had such a fast start. Was that emphasized by Coach Foster tonight?
Yeah, because last Saturday versus Blackhawk Christian, we started out slow. That's why we ended up losing in the game. So today we wanted to change things out, and that's what happened. We got the win.
Between your passing and your shooting, you were doing it all. Your big men were moving around. Was that sort of the key tonight, that you were going to drive and either dish or go to the bucket?
Basically, I guess that's what happened to be throughout the game. Usually we try to go inside out, and they seem to be doubling down, so we changed up our game a little bit.
But you had 4 threes, so you're hot from the outside, too.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be nice to play with another guard. I want your thoughts on Ray Walker and his quickness and what it's like to have a guard the same speed as you out on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, I like him because we can just push the tempo. He's takes the pressure off me because he can dribble also, so it's good for me too.
We keep saying if there's 2 quicker guards in the area, we haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, you guys are really, really fun to watch. Sidney Curry, a freshman, had a good night tonight. You got several assists into Sidney. Tell us about Sidney and how he's progressing.
He's progressing actually pretty well. He's been slacking the past couple games, so we got on him about that. And today he showed why he's one of the top of the nation. He came to play today.
And I know you get to see Jordan Banks all the time in practice, but people that haven't seen him and they look at him and they go, hey, he's just going to kill you inside. His touch is just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the one who was making threes. I don't know if you were out there practicing. I was making them for the volleyball line earlier tonight.
Yes, he does. He when he's not hit from inside, he steps out to hit a couple from outside.
And that makes it a hard matchup.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm glad I don't have to figure out how to.
Well, the way you guys played that first quarter, even though it was close, you put it away the first quarter. And again, you guys never stood still. I know probably Coach got on you a little when they were starting to get close, but when you guys are moving, cutting, setting picks, you guys just played very good basketball tonight. And when you're on your game, you're tough to beat.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got another game tomorrow night right here in the building. Marquette Catholic come in.
Yes.
Do you know anything about them at all?
No, not about them this year.
And do you care?
No, not really. Just kind of play.
You come out and play your game, and you guys will do just fine.
Yeah.
An interesting inside-outside game, too. The quickest guards. J.J. Foster had a terrific night. I don't know what you got on the scoreboard.
I had him
there.
for over 20 points. And, again, the free throws down the stretch were very anybody can hit free throws, but not when the pressure's on. So congratulations, young man.
Thank you, JJ.
And tell your father it was a great job. You guys played as a team, and when you play as a team, you're going to be tough to beat all year.
Yeah.
J.J. Foster, ladies and gentlemen, from the Bishop Luers Knights, had a
Thank you very
terrific
much.
game tonight for the Knights. Let's take one more 30-second break, and we'll bring you the rest of our post-game show. You're listening to 106.3 FM, Fort Wayne, Columbia City. Hey, welcome home.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. You'll not only enjoy excellent personal service and save money with your new loan or credit card, you'll also be giving money back to the participating parish or school you care about. Let Notre Dame Federal Credit Union elevate all participating parishes or schools. Elevate can be reached at 844-230-6611 or visit us online at ndelevate.com. Independent from the university.
We're back. Bishop Luers High School, and the Knights sweep the night.
An excellent ball game tonight, Kenny. No one thought after the first quarter, I didn't think it would be this close. Sidney Curry had 18, J.J. Foster 23, and 13 for Jordan Banks. Bishop Dwenger was led by Sam Royal with 16. Campbell Donovan played a great ball game, 15. And Armand Clark had to be the surprise because I know he's a good distributor, very quick, good on defense, but he had 15 points, and I think he was one of the keys to Bishop Dwenger coming back, wouldn't you say, Kenny? Because he didn't care how big those guys were. He drove inside, took it to the basket, and then the rest of them followed suit.
Yeah, he was definitely the spark plug that got him motivated. Being down 15 early, I think he just said, come on, let's go. I'm going to show you what we got to do, and we got to match energy for energy. And that's exactly what they did, and they slowly crawled themselves back. They got it within 5, and they had the basketball. They could have got this thing in within 3 or 2, missed a 3, and turned out to be a turnover. And it turned out to be a 5-point swing the other direction. So,
well, and we go back to was it around 2 minutes left when Campbell Donovan's shot did everything except go in, and that would have cut it to 3. And I don't remember what the clock was, but it was right around 2 minutes or less, and that sort of changed the game right there.
Yeah, it certainly did, and the Campbell's probably going to replay that 3 in his head all night long because that thing hit about 4 chunks of iron before it popped out.
And Coach Kostoff will use this the rest of the year and say, guys, you got to play 4 quarters, and when you play 4 quarters, you can beat anybody.
Absolutely, and it just didn't come to play right out of the gate. And Luers did, and like JJ said, they got caught napping against Blackhawk, and Blackhawk probably shouldn't have beat them. And they dug themselves a hole that they couldn't dig out of, and the Saints did the very same thing tonight. So both games won by the Bishop Luers Knights tonight.
And both exciting.
Yes.
And a lot closer than we thought.
Yep. Kayla Kavi with a game-winning 3 with 9 seconds to go. And the Bishop Luers Knights boys started to play not to lose, but righted the ship and wins the second game of the night, 69-61. And I am looking for our schedule. There it is.
Tuesday, I think it should be a dandy. Norwell girls and Luers girls.
Yes.
2 of the better girls teams in the whole area.
We'll be right back here at Bishop Luers High School's Tuesday night. And these 2 teams could very easily match up in sectional play. The ladies and the Norwell Knights. And game time scheduled for about 7:25. And then a week from today, our final doubleheader of the year. And that ought to be a good one. Bishop Dwenger and Southside, ladies and guys from
and Southside's boys are one of the better. They're one of the surprise teams. They got 2 of the better players in the area. So on one team, so Southside is going to be a lot of scoring, and Dwenger will have to really come to play that night also.
Well, we're going to call it a night here. We're going to go to closing prayer in just a second or 2. We want to thank everybody for listening. We love bringing these doubleheaders to you. We hope you enjoy it, listening as much as we enjoy bringing them to you.
And they did a fantastic job to put up with us for 2 games back at the studio.
Caroline and Mary, you guys did wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And should we break out the raised joke? Yeah, we probably
no.
Thanks for listening.
But they
everybody.
sure make our job easy.
Oh, they certainly do. Thanks for listening, everybody. God bless. Stay warm, and we'll be talking to you next Tuesday night.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. We give you thanks, O Lord, for the opportunity to have been together today.